There is one Wichita man who is praying those peace talks will be successful. Marco Abraham was 18 years old when he witnessed one of the worst civilian massacres in history. Lucky to be alive, he quickly wrote a diary of everything that happened during those September days of 1982. It has now turned into a horrifying, compelling book titled Lost Blood. It's already gaining worldwide attention. A warning, some of the pictures and the words in this story are very graphic.
It happened in mid-September, the massacre of Palestinians by Christian phalangists in Beirut refugee camps.
At first, it was just another news story, but it turned out to be so shocking, so bloody that Israelis, Palestinians, Lebanese, almost the whole world condemned it.
And prevent the kind of massacre that so sickened and stunned the world this past weekend.
First, I thought that's the Judgment Day. I mean, I didn't know any better. I thought I'm watching Judgment Day.
Marco Abraham was just 18 when the civil war in Lebanon got out of hand, and the military entered the Sabra and Shatilla Palestinian refugee camps and slaughtered thousands of civilians, women, children, babies, elderly men.
My eyes did not lie, my ears did not lie, and this page will tell you what had occurred and happened in Shatila and Sabra camps.
What happened, as Marco Abraham tells it, is too graphic to put in this story. Wrapped inside a Persian rug on the rooftop of a house, Abraham peered through a hole and watched 36 hours of killing.
I've seen everything. You know, dead bodies was normal in the streets, but to see little girls, women, and elderly men chased by military men and not gunned down, talk about using axes and swords.
Journalists who entered the camp hours after the massacre echo Abraham's description of what many call the day hell descended on earth.
There were bodies scattered all over here, civilians, all of them. We never saw a gun, never saw a gun next to anybody here.
In Abraham's book, these bodies have lives.
My neighbors, my friends, my roommate, my schoolmates. That's the difference when you hear in the news, talk about my book, they have names. Those people have names.
Two of those names, those bodies, Ahmed, Marco's brother, and Awad, Marco's father. Marco also found the body of the young woman he had planned to marry.
I really don't have the words to explain. How did I find her in her house, her and her mom? And I don't have no desire, really, Susan, to talk in details about that. It's hard. It's hard.
But in the book, Marco does say that many of the women and children were raped before they were killed, their hands tied behind their backs, body parts chopped off with an axe. He prefers to remember his beloved Rala differently.
I never met anybody like that. And 25 years later, there is no day goes by I don't think about it when I go to bed.
And that's what else makes this book so compelling. Drifting between the details of the bloody slaughter of humans is a human love story. Sweet, tender, even romantic.
There is no woman in this lifetime will take her place in my heart. Ever, ever. I mean, until I meet her back, hopefully in heaven, then she's the only one for me.
The book, Lost Blood, is dedicated to Rala and to the rest of the victims of that bloody weekend in 1982.
I carried on my shoulder for 25 years, 3,000 to 4,000 souls, and I waited the right moment to write this book. And here it is. It's going to tell. It's going to tell.
Marco Abraham is general manager of a Wichita car lot. He is still single. In his book, Lost Blood, Abraham pleads for peace. He says he never wants another massacre like this to ever happen again, whether it's to Palestinians, Jews, Christians. To learn more about Marco and how to get the book, log on to cake.com and click on news links.